Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. This video clip explains how to use Excel to compare production data. So in your Start menu, Excel is right here. The green X, if you don't have it listed, just start typing EXCE and then you can select it. We'll just use the blank workbook. And when it comes up, all of the cells have the same size. You can make it larger just by changing the font size, or whatever works for you. I'll make it large since I'm making it for you, and I'm going to make them a little bit wider. But that's just up to you. So you have the data for Adriana and David, how many shirts they made for 12 days. We'll go ahead and type those in. So if you wanted to have those up in different windows and make them narrow, then you could have, you can make this full size or small, and then you can change the size of it, whatever you want. You can do the same with this one. You can make it full size or smaller, and you can change the size of it. So I could select this and I can still see this even though it's in the background. So I could say, well, here's the day, and enter or arrow over. Adriana, David, day 1, enter 2, enter 3. I don't want to type them all, so if I just select that pattern, I can grab the lower right corner, select, hold it down, keep going, and then let go. And it says, well, I'll just continue that pattern for you. And the pattern was increased by 1 each time. Okay, now that I have those shirts per day typed in for Adriana and David, I'll go ahead and make this large. I'm going to copy those 2 columns, and I'm going to paste them over here. I'm going to paste just the numbers. One way to analyze data would be to show the mean. That's just the average. What do you do if something is longer than the cell that it's in? Well, one thing that you can do, I'm going to just go ahead and hit enter, and I can come up here in between the 2 columns of A and B. I can click and I can stretch that so it's longer if you want that all to fit on. Median, whoops, is another way of comparing data. The average is, you see as I start to type average, there's several choices to choose from. I'm going to select that one. And then I can put in the numbers, or I could select, click and hold down, and then let go on the ones that I want the average of. I want the average of all of Adriana's. And if I select on that one and click on the lower right and drag, I can do the same for David. Well, those are exactly the same averages. Did it really do a new average? Yes, let me show you. If I change this number from 49 to 40, it changes the average. So I'll put it back to 49. And that's one of the nice things about using Excel, is once you have that calculation made with the equals to do the calculation, then as you change the numbers, it just changes the calculations. Whereas if you did it with a calculator, you'd have to add them all up and then divide by 5, and if you make a mistake, you have to do it again. Well, let's see what the median is. What is the median? Well, the median of a road is the center of the road. So the median of those numbers is the center of those numbers if they were put in order. And let's see what the median of David is, 51. So using standard methods of comparing, we really don't see a difference between those two people. We will see a difference when we graph them. I probably should have copied over the days, so I'm going to copy the days and put them over here. And now if I click on day and drag and hold the button down until I get to the lower right and I let go, I'm going to insert a scatter plot. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to say, well, what kind do you want? I don't want the lines connected, so I'm just going to do the random points. So here's what I have now. Well, that's kind of over the top of my data, and I want to do some things with it later on. Actually, okay, that wasn't the one I wanted to do it on because I'm going to work with this one. I'm going to change this one around. So I'm going to go back and make it out of, I'll go ahead and delete this one. Cut it. I wanted to make it with this one because I want to be able to change the other one. Insert, scatter plot. So now I'm going to drag this over here a little bit. And see this plus right here? That lets me make changes to it. I have an axis title here, so if I click on that and just start typing, shirt production by person. And as I hit enter, it fills it in. Now I would like to label these as days and these as shirts per day. So if I click on plus, I can add, what am I going to add? I'm going to add axis titles. So I get both the horizontal and the vertical. This one is rotated, that makes it nice. So if I click on that box and start typing, I can say, oops, I'm going to have to backspace, shirts per day. Oops. And then down here, I'm going to say days. And then it shows that the blue is Adriana, the orange is David. It's a little bit hard to read, so I'm going to click on this, go to home, change the font to something, well, maybe not that big, something that's a little easier to read, maybe bold. It's still a little hard to read, so let's make it a little larger. There, that looks pretty decent. So I can change the shape of these. Let me show you how to change those. I can click on the data, click on this bucket, click on marker, and the size of the marker. And maybe instead of round, I could make it maybe change it to a larger blue. One nice thing about making them different sizes is when there's two in the same place, then you can see both of them. I wanted to show you how to order these, put them in order. So if I select that and click on sort and filter, smallest to largest, and it says, do you want to expand that selection? I would say continue with that with the current selection so that it just orders this one, doesn't try to order the other one based on that one. So then we have to do that again for this one. Smallest to largest. Continue with the current selection, sort. Anyways, we were talking about the median was 51. So there's 6 above 51 or below and 6 that are 51 or above for both of these. There's two 51s, so right in the middle would be 51.